This is the Tier 8 Tech Tree British tank destroyer, the AT-15. An extremely strong Tier 8 vehicle at that, and if it can be used correctly, is the deadliest tank tier for tier in the game. It's sitting at 3,900 damage per minute. You heard that right. 3,900 damage per minute at tier 8, which tier for tier wise means that this has more than a vehicle like the SU-122-54. You have the ability to delete full health tier 8 vehicles in a matter of 15 seconds, and you're going to see that happen in today's video to an ST1. Yeah, this gun is insane. Not only is it very good on that value, but it's also very good on the accuracy. It's in fact one of the most accurate guns in the game. It's just right up there with like Leopard 1 accuracy, great aiming time, and you'd expect that for a vehicle that's very slow. Comes with 10 degrees of gun depression. The upper plate is about 220 millimeters thick, and it has no lower plate, so it's all just very well armored, apart from the cupolas. Just like the Tortoise, you can easily penetrate the cupolas on this vehicle as long as you can hit them, which can be tricky sometimes, especially as you see here. I'm playing it correctly, hiding that cupola behind the corner as I'm aiming in on this ST1, and I'm going to purposely angle the tank outward, and as you're going to see, he ricochets right off that upper plate. So this tank actually has some decent armor. Unlike the tank that we're going to be watching after this, the Turtle Mark I. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video is for anybody that likes the concept of the Turtle. There are two tanks that you can easily get. One of them is free, being the AT-15, and as well, one that you can easily obtain either by waiting for it to come for a cheap bundle or just buying it right out on the tech trees. You can buy the Tiger 8.8. It's the Tier 8 German premium tank destroyer. It's got more alpha than the AT-15. It's sitting at about 350, where the Turtle was sitting at about, what, 330? And the difference is the Tiger has actually a quicker reload because it's got 3,500 DPM for 350 alpha, which makes it insanely strong. That's a huge amount of DPM. And yeah, that makes it a very deadly tank. Now, we did get penned there by the RHM, but obviously it's an RHM. With calibrated, that thing's got 370 heat pen, 367, so yeah, while he pens me, I wasn't really too worried about it. I knew that was going to pen me either way. I was expecting it, but I'm still ripping into this ST1. We took, like, literally 1,500 hit points off that guy in just a few seconds. Now we're aiming in on this Tortoise. Just wanted to break down that building so then I could start aiming in on his cupola. And here we go. That's 216 damage. Now that's 243, so about 500 hit points we've taken off of him. That is just how quickly he can rack up damage. And sadly, I actually don't know why that didn't pen. That didn't really make sense to me, but even then, that's a huge chunk of damage we took off that Tortoise in literally, what 3.4 seconds, we took off 500 hit points. Like, that's insane. We have double the damage per minute of your average Tier 8 heavy tank. We've got about 1,500 more damage per minute than any Tier 9 heavy, which is great. Now, sadly, the Smauschen being a Tier 9 heavy made me pull out much further than I wanted to here. And then he kind of blocked me. But it's fine. We're doing okay. We're at 2,460 damage here. And the thing about the AT-15 is that a lot of people call it bad. But the thing is that you can see how quick that aiming time is. And the thing that's not bad about it is the gun. Even though, sure, it doesn't have great armor. Sure, even though the tank has no mobility. Even though it's very easy to take out if you have high alpha. This T-54E1 has lost almost 1,000 hit points to me. And that's 1,000 hit points. Boom, gone. Vanished from his tank. You'll never get them back. Like, that's incredible. Not only that, but as you saw, every single shell we fired hit exactly where we aimed. Because this thing has, like, I'm not joking, like 0.372 dispersion, or 0.272, not 3. 0.3 would be awful. 0.272. It's actually insane. Now, obviously, the RHM killed me. I expected him to kill me. That's just me being aggressive and wanting to get out a shot of damage. But either way, that was 3,800 damage by the end of that game. And just to see how much we ripped off of these takes, we took 1,400 off of the ST1, we took 472 off the RHM, we took 233 off the AMX, 600 off the Tortoise, and 1,120 off that 54E1. That short burst of time was 1,120 hit points off that T-54E1. That is what I call strong. This is the Turtle, what I don't call strong. Now, I played one game in it after making my video today, and obviously, that's it. That's all I'll probably play. I'll play it a little bit because, like, I want to get a feel for how this vehicle really is. I only played about 3 or 4 games in it before making my video on it, which obviously doesn't give you an entire feel, but I just know that it's not a great vehicle. This game turned out to be very good, but that's just because the enemy team wasn't smart. Honestly, it was strictly because they weren't smart. If that VK100 on the enemy team knew what shooting at my weak spot was, and if the SU-152 fired heat at my weak spots, I would have died. Instead, he fired AP, which can't pen me, and the VK-100, I think, fired, like, all of them at my upper plate. They were not very big brain. So this game went quite well, and you're going to see this tank isn't terrible on the gun. As I said earlier today, the gun isn't bad. It gets its shot out. You can see here. There you go. Nice 357 damage shot onto the Dracula. That Dracula does get away, though. I'll give him credit. He's actually a pretty quick tank, but it is the Dracula. So there we have it. The VK-100 already bounces me, but he is obviously running the stock gun. The gun went clearly into his lower plate. That's one thing I do like is the on-movement dispersion is very nice on this vehicle. You can see there, though, the VK obviously bounced right on my upper plate. He pulls out sideways, lets me get another shell into him. There you go. Nice pen. The Tiger's bouncing me. The Emil's bouncing me. But all these shells are bouncing me on the upper plate. These are clearly people that just don't know how to pen it because you can see all these bounces are on the tough part of the armor. The clear weak spot is the bar on the roof, which is a very easy pen, and as well the lower plates, which I'm hiding currently. I'm being very smart, as you can tell here. I'm hiding that lower plate. This is about what they can see. So sure, they can aim at that lower plate, but it's very hard to hit that. I'm hiding it as much as I can. While they're aiming at that, you can see I even looked there just to make sure I was hiding it. So they can only see that upper bar, which makes it much harder to pen me. Now that's that .344 dispersion there. That is what I call pain. So here we go. We got the Tiger, though, who fired at me, and then we were able to get a nice shot into him. We're already sitting at about 1,400 damage, and we blocked a decent chunk. I'm going to aim it here again at that SU-152, and that is the first penetration, able to go right through my armor. But again, this guy over here, he is, yeah, he's a special player. So where did that pen me exactly? Well, wait, on the weak spot, because as I said, that's the weak spot of the vehicle. Very easy to penetrate. That vehicle did shoot heat, but that's because his standard pen's like 130 or something, if I'm not mistaken. So that SU has to shoot heat to pen me. But the Tiger 1 on their team doesn't. He can just easily go right through my upper bar. Same for that VK-100. I think that gun, even though it's stock, still has like 300-something pen. That guy's just really, really, really bad. But, hey, you know what? We've blocked 1,900 damage. I'm going to aim in on this guy again, and there you go. That fantastic dispersion really letting me down again. It's like, yay, I bounced the shot, but at the same time, yay, I missed my shot. A very easy shot that should have penned. Yeah, this gun's very infuriating sometimes, as you guys can see, and you're going to see it happen a little bit more. I don't know why they would make this vehicle inaccurate, judging that they nerfed everything else in it, but that's Wargaming's decision, I guess not mine. Again, this Tiger, not understanding the weak spot of this vehicle, instead of shooting at the weak spot, you're going to see here shoots at the hull. I don't understand why people haven't watched videos on this take, but this is something that gets me depressed because this shows you how little of the Blitz community actually watches YouTube. Out of the 50,000 subscribers I have, I bet there's 3 times the people that play Blitz, or even 5 times the people. Maybe there's 500,000 people out there that play Blitz that don't watch YouTube and understand absolutely nothing about the game, and then proceed to not care, and then just, like, not understand armor. Like, I don't care if they don't want to learn, but maybe learn, you know, the weak spots of a vehicle instead of just blindly shooting at it like that Tiger did. I don't know. I just find, like, yeah. But here we go, aiming again on that Emil, and, oh, it hits the dirt. That's the gun for you. We missed a bunch of shells that could have easily hit, giving me at least 4,000 damage, but either way, it was a pretty solid game. It's the best game I've done in the vehicle so far, and almost a mastery. So, what do I have to say about the turtle? Final verdict is, it's pretty bad. It's not worth the price. If this thing was 1,000 gold, maybe I'd say buy it. But the issue is, it's not 1,000 gold. It's in crates. And the Yag Tiger 8.8 is better in every single aspect. It's got more DPM. It's got more mobility. Don't forget that. It goes 38 forwards. Its DPM is better. Its dispersion is better. Its aiming time's the same. The Yag Tiger's got just literally everything better going for it. The AT-15, as I said, has an insane amount of DPM. If we go to the British tech tree really quick, it's got literally 3,900 DPM, and as I said, insane dispersion as well at .244 with a 2.6 second aiming time. Now, of course, I'm running Refined Gun, but even without Refined Gun on, this thing's still just as accurate as a Leopard 1. So, overall, this is just a better tank, and it's free. It's free! So, get this tank over the turtle if you want a vehicle like this. I've been urging a lot of people to get this tank because they don't really realize how deadly it is, but a lot of people say, oh, the buff didn't do anything, it just made it a little bit more deadly, but you die either way. Well, think of it like this. Sure, you know, the tank that shoots you might pen you, but then it gets penned back for like 10 shells and dies. So, you know, it's a bit of a trade-off. Lose 400 hit points, kill them, but hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, but other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.